Na usiangushe. Usiangushe.
Sitaangusha. Okay, sasa inatembea.
Ya itatembea ikiwa hapo. Unaona maisha ishatoa
hizi zinaitwaje? Hizi vitu kwa zinakwanga mbele ya snail.
Hizi ni macho, hizi mbili. But the other ones, unaona zingine ziko hapa chini mbili. One of it ni male, the other one is a female. This is why the snail is a hermaphrodite animal.
It has both organs.
Yeah, both organs, of which iko na both. One is male, the other one is female, because a snail is a hermaphrodite animal.
Okay.
So iko na both sexes.
Okay.
So what they do is only mating with the any other snail iko ready to mate. Then after that, it will go and lay eggs, both of them.
Okay, so it still sleeps with another snail and then it's able to lay eggs.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So nikitaka ku harvest slime, how do you go about it?
So when I want to harvest slime, there are so many different ways of getting the slime, extracting the slime, with the way people use it. But mine, I do it with a very human way, because there's no need of harming an animal or anything, because we want to get whatever it is in them. So what I usually do, I massage the snail.
You massage it?
Yeah.
To get the slime?
Yeah.
Okay.
After massage,
this is interesting.
Just massaging kidogo tu. After massage, that's the slime I'm looking for.
So this is what you harvest?
Yeah.
Ndio inatumika kwa ngozi na wanawake?
Yeah, hiyo ndio inatumika kwa ngozi. There are different ways of getting the slime, but this is the best. You are not harming them. Inazija kufa ukikula.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just massage them a bit inatoa slime?
Yeah. Let's say kama hii nime massage, just get this. This is a lot of slime aki. Inaniuma kupotea hiyo yote.
So ulikuwa unasema hapa ni nini inafanyika? Hizi zinaenda wapi?
My holding area. Hizi zote kuna zenye natoa slime na kuna zenye ni za export.
Okay.
Like kuanzia hapa kurudi juu, all this ni export. Hizi mbili za chini ninatoa, hizi tatu natoa slime zote. Locally nikiuzia mtu akipiga order yake ya snail ya kukula, anajua, all the customers of mine wanajua akioda ataipata after 7 days. Because I have to starve the snail, ndo ikue clean. You have to clean the system first. Ndo ikuliwe. You don't just get it from the farm, watu naipika. The meat is actually very sour.
Sitaki kubeba tena. You want to start some snail beauty therapy. How exactly does it work? How is it going to work?
Snail therapy, it's all about a snail crawling over your face. Like, have you ever seen a fish therapy? When you go and dip your feet inside a fish pot,
then
and they bite you. That's the therapy. It's the same as the snail therapy, but according to the doctors, they recommend over snail therapy more than anything else.
The fish therapy?
No,
more than the fish?
The snail therapy.
More than the fish therapy?
More than the fish therapy. And it's all about a snail crawling over your face.
So when it crawls on my face, what happens?
Yeah, when it's crawling over your face, as much as it's moving, it's eating all the bacteria
on the face.
On the face. So if even after it's crawling over, you touch the position or the part it has crawled over, and where it doesn't have not crawled over. There's a very big difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and that's the same thing I do for my face. I don't.
You also use snail therapy.
I myself I do therapy.
So they walk all over your face.
Yeah, they walk all over even my kids. They walk
Are you serious?
I don't use like mafuta. Even don't me mafuta yangu ni lipstick na.
You weren't scared even the first time that you're having a snail walking all over you?
The very first time, it was very hard for me. I couldn't even when I was training about snails, that is in Rwanda. I couldn't even touch the snail. I used to wear the surgical gloves and the boda gloves.
Let me ask. So, like when somebody is doing snail therapy, do you stab them or what's the procedure?
Yeah, I have to stab them for at least, now it's a shorter time, at least 3-4 days. Then I use them for the therapy.
For the therapy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for the 7 days for consumption.
3 to 5 days?
Yeah.
So, for example, nimeweka order. I call you and I tell you like maybe 1 kg of snails. What do you do to ensure by the time zimetoka kwako na zimefika kwangu, they are in good condition for me to be able to consume them? What are the preparations?
Okay. One thing, I have to confirm with your dates. Yeah, ile unataka ya the snails. Because kama unataka, let's say unataka kuzikula next week, I'll have to count 7 days before I do my delivery, because I need enough time to starve them, and not that starving them ati nazinyima chakula completely, but lazima nizipe maji. That is to clean the system.
Oh, yeah. Why do you need to clean the system?
Because it's when you eat, even when you're eating a chicken, you're not supposed to kupea kuku mati unadanganya kuku na mahindi alafu unaenda unaichinja. It's supposed to be clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
People don't know about that. The meat is somehow poisonous when iko na hiyo chakula.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Nyama inafaa kuwa imekuwa for a period of time. Okay, I'm not sure with the kuku ni how long, but I'm so sure that you're not supposed to eat meat yenye mnyama ametoka kukula, then unaenda unaichinja.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you give it 7 days,
yeah.
Of which, does it eat anything? Does it eat water? What does it take?
It only takes water.
Water alone,
yeah.
to clean the system.
Yeah, and at the same time, inapupu every day inapupu, because inakunywa ile maji. Na sababu iko njaa, ukikosa ku clean the area, itakula ile mapupu yake, because yeah, sababu iko njaa. Hata wewe ukikaa njaa sana,
you eat anything.
Eat anything. No. So I have to clean that area every day, so that I be able to clean, make sure that place is very clean, and the snails are totally starved. They're only taking water. Within a period of 7 days, nitapata ile sheet kama ilikuwa imekula, the last time ilikuwa imekula carrot, itakuwa na sheet, the sheet to be orange somehow. Kama ilikuwa imekula greens, itakuwa greenish.
This is after 7 days?
No, the very first days.
Within the 7.
Yeah, but as time goes, utapata itakuwa inatoa sheet ya whitish.
Oh,
that
so
shows that the system is very clean,
Okay,
especially ikitoka ikuwa white. Now after those 7 days, I usually do delivery. Most of the time I do, you order, you pay, then I deliver to you.
Okay.
Then like if I talk of export, I don't export like, I don't clean now for the 7 days. I only clean for 2 days. I stop feeding them for 2 days, because at the airport, lazima they have to look nice. The packaging has to look very nice. I'm going to show you the package that I use here, and it's recommended by both KWS and the agents, like the people, the agents I work with for export. They have to look very clean.
Yeah. Sasa inafanya nini?
They're trying to bite me.
Bite you?
Lakini kubite yake si ile kuuma, trying to get whether there's anything like a bacteria yenye inajaribu kukula. I told you when you cross over your face inakula bacteria.
Oh, that's what it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So unasikianga ni kama inajaribu kuguza hivyo.
So let me ask you, maybe you're just taking to a restaurant in Nairobi.
Yeah.
How do you carry them? Unaweka kwa freezer? How do you just carry? How do you carry
Depends with the clans as well, because kuna mtu anataka ustavu umpeleke like a Cameroonian, huwezi mchinjia snail, because they remove the shell in a way like it's a kind of a taboo to them. They usually celebrate. There's some celebration they do, huwezi mchinjia, anataka umstavia umpeleke hivyo, the rest ni atafanya. Someone like an Asian hataki kazi mingi ya ku remove the shell and all this, so they'll tell you that I need flesh. Not the live snails, where now the price is now different.
Na kama unapeleka kama hata ni flesh to an Asian, itakuwa bado na shell ama itakuwa na shell?
No, haitakuwa na shell. Utakuwa already remove the shell and the intestines as well, because in snails you only remove the shell and the intestines, nothing else. When it is fresh, it's either smoked or frozen.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So when it's frozen, I have to use the cool box when I'm delivering. When it's smoked, I can just package it and send it whenever I'm sending when it's when it's smoked, because you don't have like when it's smoked, like it's just like a kitu yenye ni
kama venye umesmoke samaki.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, do you need like a food handling certificate? Because ni chakula, how do you go about this?
This is under KWS.
Oh,
it
under
doesn't
KWS.
have to do with anything to do with when it is live, it's all about KWS.
KWS.
Yeah.
Na ikiwa umeshaitengeneza umeifreeze.
Nikisha freeze hivyo, it's still meat, which is under KWS.
Okay.
Yeah. But when it comes to beauty products, I have to work with the minister of with the KEBS and the rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been making the products for a very long time, but I never wanted to sell until I got the product last year.
So you've gotten certification?
Sorry, the certification from KEBS.
You've gotten certification from KEBS.
Yeah.
So now
for both the serum and the soaps.
You can now be able to stock perhaps in supermarkets, sell online, and all that. Yeah,
you can stock anywhere.
Okay.
For the shell, you can make calcium out of it, because it's the whole of this shell is calcium.
It's calcium.
But At the same time, you can get calcium outside from other sources, and you keep the shell for beauty purpose. Like for the shells, I sell to people who are making ornaments. Like the people are making earrings, other making necklaces, other are making the bulb holders and all these. I see them selling all over, but myself, I don't sell to them. I usually give out because I somehow work with the youth, especially in Nakuru. I have a group called Lanet Moja Youth. I'm their patron. So I usually give to them
the shells.
The shells. They make all these. They make the bulb holder. They make the necklaces and all these, and they sell.
Okay, let me ask you, like, for example, when you say it has a lot of calcium, is this calcium I can eat as a human being, or is calcium now for animals?
No, for animals.
For animals,
yeah.
So it's for food processing for animals?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. My name is Wangui Waweru from Golden Snail Farm. Golden Snail Farm is a farm for rearing snails. That is rearing and that is keeping and breeding of snails, which is a wild animal. So whereby by being a wild animal, you know that you must have a permit to rear the snails.
Okay.
That one people don't know about that. The snails are wild even when they're in your house or they're in your compound. Those are wild animals. So if you want to breed them, you should get a permit from the KWS. People should know that. My farm is located in Nakuru as well as Kilifi as a branch. And I also do beauty products. From farming, I also have something else called I produce the serum from the snail slime, as well as the soap, that is the beauty soaps. When I started, people didn't even believe me. Like they never even got to understand what am I doing. And so since I was so much into Uganda business, like I could travel to Uganda almost every week, they were feeling like nimerogwa, like maybe I have something that is going on that they are not understanding. But it came to a point that I was almost disowned by everyone, including my own kids, because they were not getting me. But eventually, I had to start creating awareness through social media handles and all these. And them seeing people, like they see I've done an event, someone has consumed a snail, they have not died. So slowly by slowly, they started understanding the snail thing. I'm happy to see that people don't understand much about snails. At the same time, I see people like, after seeing people saying like, I'm earning out of this and I'm making, I have a better life now, and I would say a smooth life now. They now understand what I'm trying to do or what I've been trying to do, and you find them, they are now they're getting that attraction of, or they now want to follow my route. But you don't follow just like that. You must have the passion, not only for the snails, for everything. So I feel like even after going through all this, I made some change in people's mind or mindset of going for something that you really feel like you want to do or you want to try. I also have export market, mostly in places like Dubai, that is in the Middle East. I have market in Europe, Asia as well. In Asia, mostly is in Korea. I also, in market, I'm talking of I only export live snails. I don't export any frozen meat or smoked. It's only the live snails and the slime. That is in terms of liquid form and the dry form, because they are in two different forms.
Okay.
When it comes to products, before I get this far, or before I got this far, I had to do a lot of, like, before I even got to KEBS, having the certificates, I even had to do my own analysis, mostly with Kildi. I started doing the analysis with Kildi, and I even had to change one product because somehow I felt like it's not the right product for the people, especially for me. even my family. I wouldn't want to go there and start selling something that is not good. I had to improve somehow with one product. The rest were good. One product I even had to do it, not even once, thrice, for me to get the right product that I wanted. With what I wanted to see in those analyses, until I got to where I wanted. Then I went ahead with the KEBS, and I got the certificates that I'm now certified by KEBS for the serum and the soaps. But for the other product, that is the snail products, those are the byproducts. They have nothing to do with KEBS. Those are under KWS, like the snail exporting, the slime, that is a byproduct, which is a raw product, not a finished product. So with that, I don't work with KEBS. But the finished product, that is the serum and the soap, KEBS applies.
This is
cucumber.
Na ingine
Aloe vera. Alafu kuna hii turmeric. Turmeric ndio inatumika ku brighten
the skin.
Yeah, alafu I think this is for dark skin people. Not I think, it's for dark skin people.
Inaitwaje?
Kohl, that's kohl.
Oh, kohl. Yeah. Ni kama wenyewe tunatumia black soap
and
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's a black soap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Zote zinatoa chunusi.
Chunusi ndio nini sasa?
Pimples.
Wow. Na anatengeneza na maua smart, by the way. Very nice.
Inatengenezwa na glycerin. Na snail, ile kamasi ya snail. Na aloe vera peke yake.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Snail slime, aloe vera and glycerin. Okay.
Na kuna nyingine ambayo haina glycerin ndani. It's just aloe vera and the serum. Kwa jina naitwa Skola. Mimi ni mtumiaji na mlaji wa konokono. Mnavyojua konokono ina faida nyingi kwenye mwili. Kwa sisi tunaamini kwamba konokono inasaidia sana ukuaji wa akili. Nitamani na mimi kula sababu watu wengine wanakula. So kwa hiyo na mimi nilikuwa na ile hamu, na mimi siku moja nataka nile konokono. Yeah.
Na nini ilikufanyikia, ilionja aje? Huyu konokono anasikia aje kwa mdomo? Hebu tueleze.
Kwangu nahisi ilikuwa delicious. Ni kama chakula kingine kile, kama nyama, sema anapikwa in different way. Kuna mwingine anakuja amekaangwa, mwingine amebekiwa. So ina depend na the utakavomla wewe, utakayemhitaji wewe, ndio uta feel the difference.
Tumesikia pia wewe apart from kumula konokono pia unatumia products zake. Unaweza ukatueleza pengine ni unatumia sabuni, unatumia lotion, zinatengenezwa aje hizi products? Unaweza kutuonyesha sample yenyewe?
Yeah. Ninatumia serum ambayo ni golden snail. Ni pure serum, haina makolokolo, haina vitu vingi. Ni pure tu from snail na flavor yake basi. Na pia natumia sabuni. Ina sabuni aina nyingi, lakini mimi natumia sabuni ya turmeric. Yeah. Tofauti na kwamba ile naenda kununua dukani sijui inasomaga tu naona imetumiwa na hiki na hiki, that's all. But hii ni kupiwa, najua kabisa ni pure snail na flavor yake peke yake. Kwa product nitawashauri watumie golden snail serum. Yeah.
Na sabuni yenyewe hii ya turmeric unaweza sema umeona mabadiliko gani tangu ulipoanza kutumia?
Kwanza sabuni ya turmeric inasaidia ku brighten skin. Na pia inaondoa madoa meusi, kama una madoa meusi especially usoni. Yeah. Na pia kutumia kwenye armpit it's not bad. Lakini sasa lazima utumie na muendelezo. Yaani utumie today all the time mpaka ufike ile upo ambao unasikia some comfortable, unataka kuwa na hii rangi. Ndio unaacha. Mimi binafsi napaka usoni peke yake. Lakini kuna watu wengine wanatumia mwili mzima. Yeah. Kwa hiyo jinsi ya kutumia hii serum. Kwanza ukiamka na prefer kutumia mara 2 kwa siku, ambayo ni asubuhi na jioni. Unavyoamka asubuhi, unaosha uso wangu, natumia hii sabuni ya turmeric kuosha uso wangu. Kisha maliza kuosha uso, nafuta uso. I make sure wakati nafuta uso inakuwa in circular motions. Alafu nikishamaliza ndo na apply serum. Unaweza ukajaribu na wewe.
Sawa.
Sasa jinsi ya kuapply serum, I always apply in circular motions. Naanzia na mashavu, alafu na kwenye paji na kwenye pua na huku chini kwenye kidevu.
Okay.
Kwa hiyo unapaka huku
na kufuata. Oh my god.
Na huku. Alafu una
unapaka ikienda juu ama ikienda chini?
Kwenye shavu unapaka tu in circular motions kwa sababu inasaidia mashavu yasichunai. Yasitoke nje, yasiwe makubwa.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Inatakuwa ni kwa this sticky or
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sawa. So ita vanish at some point?
Yeah.
Okay. Sitasikia joto, sitakuwa ni kusikia.
No.
Okay.
Unapaka kama unapaka makeup, ukishapaka unakaa fully 1 minute, alafu una apply makeup yako.
Kwa hivyo ni kitu ya kwanza. Kisha osha uso.
Yeah.
Na paka
unaitumia kama moisturizer ya uso.
Moisturizer.
Yeah.
Okay. Sawa. Hey. Bado nitajifunza venye kufanya venye umesema Tina.
Circular motions, yeah.
Hiyo bado najifunza. Mimi ninaona ni kukula hizi snails. Ndio tutaanza kukula.
When it comes to packaging, you have to really check on the materials you're using for one, and how hygienic they are, because you have to clean them. And again, you cannot just package with just a bare bottle. It has to look nice and sexy somehow, because even in farming, you have to be, nowadays we say that you have to be sexy even in farming. That's why you must have your own labeling and the name of the product, the name of the company, and all this. Like if you check on these two, there's a very big difference. One is not labeled, and the other one is labeled. They're the same bottle, and you can see the difference even with your own eyes. This is so nice. It has to be packaged nicely with a glass bottle, because one thing that millimeters of the bottle itself has a kind of it keeps the what do you call it, the life shelf of the product, the shelf life of the product, according to the right dates. But the plastic one, you know, sometimes when you take a plastic bottle to maybe somewhere it's a bit hot, it's going to look like it's expanding as well. You see, and the plastic definitely have some chemicals when they are being produced, so it might contract.
It might interfere
with the product. The same time when you take it to a cold area, you expect the worst, because that coldness would make the plastic to somehow shrink together. So there are so many challenges by using the plastic bottle. And again, we are not in the 18th century, so we have to go for the best thing. And when it comes to ladies, and you know, beauty is so much into ladies. Ladies has to look at the product, the packaging of the product first. Then comes to the product, what is being packaged. Like if you go to serum, there are so many different serums. It's worth it, because at the end of the day, serum is way expensive. So look at it like this. How do you package a product that is so expensive with a very cheap material? It doesn't add up, one thing. Secondly, even if it's a bit expensive, it's a bit expensive, but it's worth whatever you are packaging. In everything, you have to have the manufacturing date and the expiry date. So you have to indicate that. This is a finished product. We must go with the caps. This is not a raw material. That's why you have to have the glycerin batch number, the permit number, which is the serum. The serum permit number for caps, and the bathing soap. That is the permit number. That's why I've indicated them here, so that someone can, you know, everyone knows how to check the product, to get to know who owns the product or when the product was permitted and all this. Because now it's always good to do the right thing. We have different products. We have the meat as the escargot. We have the slime that is as a byproduct for beauty products, as well as as well as the medical part of it. There it's used in as a medication. We also have the caviar, the snail caviar.
What's snail caviar?
The snail caviar is the eggs, mayai ya konokono. Most people know the fish caviar, but we have the snail caviar, which is even more expensive. It's the most expensive product in the snail products.
Okay.
The byproduct. It's a bit expensive. We have consumers. At the same time, the caviar is used for beauty products. Like I'm coming up with a cream, but that one is not in the market because I still have to work with capes. I didn't apply for that, though it's almost ready. We also have the shell as the calcium, as well as it's used for ornament, making ornamental products like the earrings. We have the necklaces and all this. I usually give this. I usually give back to the community through the youth by giving out the shell to the youth. They make products. Yeah.
Talk to us about, currently there's drought in the Horn of Africa. What would you advise the Kenya government? Do you think snail meat is an alternative?
It is. It is. Because for one, I wonder, we have, for instance, we have people like Turkana people and people from those northeastern areas. You find like they are hungry, they are dying of hunger, they are going for relief food. We all know that relief food haina madini mingi. But they are living still, they are killing snails, they are killing frogs in their areas and all this. They are having the best meat within their area. Why don't you go for such food? Why don't you? I usually wish that the government can create awareness so that we be able to tell people much about these products. Actually, the snail is a white meat, and you find in snails we have something like the vitamin B12, B13, 16 and 17. I bet there are very few. That's a vitamin that is very rare in meat.
Okay.
But it is there in snail meat.
Okay.
Yeah. So I always wish that the government can even try to gather more information about these things and create awareness, because they have the power to create awareness, and people should stop killing these animals and take advantage of them being there and consume them instead of dying of hunger.
Okay. Yeah. Let's now go to the fun part of this. Who eats more? Who eats snails more in Kenya? Is it men or women?
I would say men, because most men know that iko na other advantage of kurudisha boma. Yeah, that is one. In Kenya, most men eat snail meat more than women, because the people who consume the snail meat or have the knowledge about snail, they know that it will bring back their marriage.
Okay. If you were to invite 4 celebrities for dinner and you are cooking snails, which celebrities will this be?
For me, I would invite Wahu, because I believe Wahu is a go-getter, someone who loves so much about beauty. I see her being like so much into beauty and getting to introduce more products. And also, she's a woman who shows so much humanity and mother love. I love her, the way she brings up her kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And somehow I copy Wahu.
Okay. Yeah. So you like Wahu, you like to invite Wahu for dinner and cook for her snails.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next person I would really want to invite is Polycarp Igade. Because Polycarp is someone who really supports Kenyan thing. I see his talks, his kind of support to the Kenyan market is a big margin. And I see like he's always supportive to the Kenyan industries when it comes to almost everything. Same case applies to someone like Mutula Kilonzo Jr. He's so much into Kenyan thing, and his support is really, he interests me so much. Yeah.
Another person?
Reggie.
Okay. Why rigiji?
Hai rigiji. Ni hata rigiji anaenda naamini tu maombi yetu ya Kikuyu ile ya hiyo ya Mugikuyu. That's what he said. And he's so much into, like you see how he's been supporting. We should stop. We should start supporting farmers, especially people from Nyandarua. He goes out there, he sees sijui kitunguu inauzwa how many thousands and thousands, and here in Nyandarua mnanunua kitunguu na 500 ngunia imeongezwa ngunia nyingine juu. So he's so supportive. Our deputy president is so supportive, and I feel like I would really want him. Actually, that would really make me happy, seeing someone like him would try my products.
Okay.
And give me a sincere feedback. Yeah.
What are some of the qualities that snails have that we humans can adapt to become better?
Say that the way if you touch a snail and stay with the snail, you find like it's kind of posing. It's so much into when it comes to your touches your skin, even when it wasn't coming out of hibernation. You find it's coming out, feel like it's so comfortable. I see there is a kind of, I usually see like there's a kind of connection between a human and a snail.
Okay. Yeah. You've given some names to your snails. Would you please tell us the names?
If I tell you that I have snails that I don't even sell, they are our pets. I and my kids, each one of us, we have a pet like Kandula. We have Siki. That's my daughter's pet. That's my youngest daughter pet. My son has named her, his pet as Koski. Yeah.
Slime is basically used for people who have skin disfiguration, I would say. The medical side of using the serum is more like when you have a cosmetic surgery for maybe breast implants, or you have a pregnancy where you have a C-section, you have stretch marks, and other places where you would be able to use this is where you have victims of car crashes, accidents, because the scars are, when you have the scar, it's a very rough scar. And the slime actually helps on reducing the scar and fading away the scar. When you have the roughness on your heel, if you were to use the serum and the soap, which is the activated soap, that would actually smoothen the skin down. Okay. The whole history behind this is that the snail slime has very hydrating properties.
Also, it's about hydration.
Right. So if we were to use it on your face, and you would actually feel the difference by using it on your face. Snail slime also has properties of ultraviolet. It helps
to protect
the ultraviolet light, which comes directly from the sunlight. It actually acts like a sunscreen.
Okay.
Okay. Now there is also, how would you call it, different skins. Okay. Especially when you are, I would say, in the puberty age. and you break out with pimples and all kinds of
all those challenges that happen during
yeah.
teenagehood.
So at that time, if you were to use the serum and the soap, which is a turmeric soap, you would definitely feel relieved, and that would really help you as far as puberty is concerned.
Okay, let's talk about snail therapy. And when it works on your face, what exactly is the snail doing as it's walking or crawling on your face?
Okay. Basically, the snail is a vegetarian, but it also likes, it lives on bacteria which the face would produce. So, like, if you had a deep scar, or you had pimples which are infected, the snail, a hungry snail, will actually go for it, and it will start biting the bacteria away.
How does it identify the bacteria?
Well, you have bacteria like pus. You have scarred skin. So when it actually starts eating away at it, once it's eaten away, it will move away, and as it moves away, it'll put the slime on it. It'll be like a covering. When it's eaten, then it actually puts the slime over it, and that heals the wound. Yeah. If you are aging, it actually rehydrates the skin, and it fades away the wrinkles.
It works on wrinkles?
It works on wrinkles as well.
Okay.
So, and I come back to the medical side again. It's very good for people with diabetes. Okay. And people who have open wounds and who are diabetics. There is an actual, how would you call it? There is a therapy where doctors will cover the wound with the slime, because it acts like a bacteria killer, and it also smoothens the skin, and it helps to grow the skin again back over.
Also, doctors use
snail slime, yes,
on people who have like diabetic wounds to assist in healing the skin.
That's right.
Okay, that's very wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
On top of that, just to come with a little bit more, is like when you bite your gum or you bite your tongue. Do you know you use you use these other oral medicines and creams too, but quite a few of them have snail slime inside it. It reduces the amount of eczema you have, and it will also, how do you call it? It relieves you in certain ways. Yeah, you don't have that itchy feeling and that irritation. I mean, okay, some people they have a wound, and then they tend to scratch it, and it becomes worse and worse. This, once you start using it, you won't have that feeling that you want to scratch, or it'll give you the
it will suit the
covering.
Skin.
Yeah.
So you won't feel like itching, which actually ends up irritating the skin.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Snail eating is a very sort of common thing in Europe, as the French would call it, escargot. Yeah. And there's so many different ways of cooking snails. So you can make you can make like mushkakis out of the snails. Okay. Yeah. Or you can actually bake it in different ways.
Okay.
But it's normally served as a starter. And it's a very delicious starter as well. Okay. And it's white meat. You've got to remember that.
Oh, white meat.
Yeah.
So it's something highly recommended.
That's right.
Okay, let's go a bit back to how exactly, like how did you end up rearing snails? Yes.
In rearing snails, I started in a very weird way, whereby I used to do I used to be crop farming long ago, but I was doing my farming in Nyandarua, whereby it was, you know, in crop farming there are very big, so many challenges. So I decided to do the clothes business, whereby I was buying clothes in Uganda and selling them in Kenya. So I happened to share a seat with someone who is a Cameroonian, and he is so talkative all the time. So you know, when you travel, and that's a very long distance from Kampala to Nakuru, you're sharing a seat with someone, he's talking all through. So it got to a point, he gave me some, he asked me to share his packed dinner. And since I was tired of talking throughout, I decided, yes, let me share with him, because I just want to, because I expect when you're eating, we know he's going to shut up. So we had the dinner on the road. Then later he asked me, how was the dinner? And I turned around and said, yeah, it was sweet, because for real it was sweet. Now he turns around and tells me, oh yeah, snails are so sweet.
Okay.
I went off. Yeah. We as Africans, we don't believe in that, but these are the best meat. So far I can attest to that. They are the best meat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only that I was so green in it. I didn't know anything. Yeah.
So after that, you ate the snails. How did you end up now deciding to breed them, despite, okay, they were sweet, but you were really shocked to have eaten snails?
After consuming the snails, and this guy was like, we even had to kind of a fight, trying to understand, trying to come into terms like, how do you consume a snail? Are you a witch or something like that? And he noticed that I was unhappy, so he even had to cut it short. Like he made me understand what is a snail, how it is consumed. By the time we got to Nakuru, I had learned so much about snail farming, snail rearing, the consumption, the way they are cooked. And after I came home, you know, when you come from Kampala, most of the buses, they travel at night. So you come, you get to your place in the morning, you have a nap. Then after waking up, he had shared his contacts, his business card with me. I just woke up thinking, see, I went to Uganda kutafuta pesa. And here I'm a Kikuyu man. Hey, I'm a Kikuyu here. Lazima tutafute pesa. So nikaenda now to the internet. I learned so much about snail farming. I found myself calling the guy. Nikamwambia, me, I want to see those farms ulikuwa unaniambia ziko Uganda. Take me. No, in Uganda, see, not farmers, but people who make, there's several Nigerians who have restaurants for the snails. So I went to see, really, it's being cooked. Then from there, I had to get my training in Kigali, Rwanda. So I went for training. Then I had to come back to Kenya. I started off my farm, but I had to consult now the KWS to know exactly what permits. Back then I didn't know the permits I need, so I had to consult the KWS. I went to the KWS Nakuru. They told me that you should get the KWS from the head office, because the snail being under the animal orphanage, you have the permits. All the permits come from the head office. I sourced from them the right way. Then from there I started off my farm. It took some time before I got to where I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which breeds exactly are you breeding?
We have different species. Like we have the giant African land snail as a breed, with many different species. Like for me, I do the giant African land snail, whereby I only have the AA, that is the Achatina achatina, and the AF called Achatina fulica. Those are two different species under the giant African land snail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me something, like now somebody will hear about you're just breeding snails. What about people who say there are snails all over the place? Can they just go and pick any snail and start breeding, or what would you tell such a person?
I usually tell people, like, if you see snails, you don't, because you hate snail or you hate me, you don't have to kill me. Why don't you move away from me? And since you are in your home, you cannot move, why not take those snails to KWS or call them? Just ask them to come and collect the snails from your homestead if you don't need them. You see?
Tell us, for example, if you're starting to breed snails, how many do you need, and probably how much food will they eat, and what do they exactly eat?
For a beginner, you cannot start with thousands like me. Ati penye niko utaanzia hapo. Utachoka because every day is a learning day. So you have to still learn. Hata kama umepitia through training, lazima learn with your own farm. So I usually advise people, don't go for more than 20 kgs of breeders because snails are sold in kgs, not in pieces.
Okay.
I should tell someone, just start off with 20 kgs or 30 kgs at most. And the consumption of those snails is very little because what they are consuming is what you're supposed to plant in your farm, not buy from market. Because when you buy from market, snail haifai ku consume chemicals because the snail inakufa na different reasons. Kuna kufa na bloating, na kuconsume chemicals, kuconsume chemicals lower their lifespan. So eventually inaenda ikikufa, na ikikufa maybe idike na ujui ita from those bacteria. Those bacteria zinaweza sambazwa kwa hizi zingine zikicrawl over.
So let's talk about, I want to start breeding snails. Where do I get these breeds? And where do I get the snails?
First, before you start being you begin, you must have the knowledge. According to the rules of KWS, you have to go through training. And you can come to my farm. I usually do training. I offer training at a fee. That is 10,000. Then from there, you must have the structures. You must have done your structures or a drawing of how your structures are going to look like. Then you do the application of KWS. You can walk into any KWS office, or you can even do it online. Whereby you also have to inform them where you got your training from there because they're interested to know whether you are trained or not.
No, not trained.
Yeah. So if you trained from me, I'll give you a copy of what my permit number for them to know that I've trained you. Then from there, you must have the breeders. They are going to do they'll come to for inspection at your farm, and after that, after they are okay with that, they are going to issue with a permit. It's only a permit is only 1,500.
Okay.
People should know that you should not just collect snails from the wild and start rearing them.
Okay.
You should go for a permit and do it the right way. I would really not want to see people being jailed. I've seen people being jailed pretending to be snail farmers, but they don't have the paper, they don't have the right papers and the permits. They are classified as poachers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you cannot say that you're not poaching a snail because it's in your compound. That is wild. There's no way you can say a lion is sitting in my farm, so it's mine. Yes. So then from having a permit, you get the breeders from licensed people only.
Okay.
Like from my farm, you're going to get breeders. But it doesn't mean that I'll have breeders throughout. I might not have breeders. I have that age of being consumed, not the age of breeders. With the age of breeders, I prefer from 3.5 months to 5.5 months, because after 6 months, the snail has laid eggs already. You don't keep it to it for another 6 months for it to lay eggs. So I usually release breeders which are less than 6 months.
So 3.5 to 4.5 months.
5.5 months.
5.5 months for the best breeders.
For the best breeders.
And let me ask, what is the sweetest age of a snail to eat?
That one differs a lot. You know why? We have the way snails are cooked are very differently. Like Asians cook by baking. The Africans, like West Africans, they cook the kawaida meats wenye sisi tunachemsha nyama unapika. There are others like Germans, they like roasting.
Okay.
So Nona, they like the Asians for baking, they love the very small size. For Africans, the West Africans, wanataka, they call it the jumbo snail actually. They wanataka zile kubwa kabisa, that is from 7, if it's AF, we call it size 17 and above. That is 7 centimeters and above. You
How
see
many months is that?
Usually between 4.5 months and above.
And Germany, how many months do they
That
prefer?
is less than 2 months.
So you can say for Germans, they prefer
No,
snails.
for
of
Germans,
less.
they go for any because one is roasting. Lakini for Asians, like Italians, not Italian, like people like Koreans, not the South Koreans, wanataka the 2 months and below, that is 7 centimeters and below. But West Africans, is 17 centimeters and above.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best snail for breeding? Is it by weight or by size?
Breeding matters as a breeder. It matters with weight, the size of the breeder, the weight, and the age. Because kuna vile unaweza pata a breeder, unachagua breeders wakati kama mimi ukiniambia unataka breeders, siwezi kuchukulia zote nikupea ati sababu ziko miezi 4 nikupe. I have to select the breeders and matters a lot na weight, age na size. Because utapata ingine ni 4 months, ingine ni 5 months. Si obvious 4 months ni ndogo, itakuwa ndogo. But utapata hii ya 4 months ni kona weight nyingi kushinda hii. What does that tell you? Kushinda hii ya 5 months.
That it's better? It's healthier?
It's healthy. It's even more healthier because being healthy inamata na ile weight inabeba.
Okay.
Yeah, and that age, that specific age. Utapata ingine inawe kidogo sana na ni ya 5 months. Hiyo huwezi chukua kama breeder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you get your markets? Where do you source for markets? And in what type of, like unauzanga ikiwa frozen ama ikiwa aje hizi?
For my market I usually get through referrals. I started by posting on mostly social media, and I got mostly West African market who are living in Kenya. Even the local market I have, most of them are foreigners. I only have one who is a Kenyan lady, actually a Kikuyu, but she was married in Italy, so she adopted. So she came back long ago, so she is so much into whatever Italians eat, and escargot being one of them. I usually get the market through referrals. Unapata mtu, one will refer me to share my contacts, as well as the social media handles. Like people will order through IG, someone will order through the website, which is all my social media handles are good as Snail Farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't know anything about snails. But instead of the literacy we have in Kenya, instead of you getting to know much about what the snail for, you always in your mind is what you always hear, that it's all for witchcraft, it's all for this and that, it's not consumed, you see it has bilharzia. Not all snails have bilharzia. They are the specific ones which have bilharzia, and those are the river snails and the slugs.
Okay.
Not the snails, not the land snails. Yeah. People should understand that. And these people, and you don't have to consume because you don't know anything about it. But you went to school, you are there at home, you are waiting for a job. You don't have any job. Why don't you see that chance of earning instead of consuming? You don't have to consume. Yeah.
Tell me something. If I was to start breeding snails and sasa they are ready for harvest, at what stage are they ready for harvest? And probably how much will I sell just live snails with all the shells? Like probably what are the going rates? Na zile pengine zimepikwa, what are the going rates?
I have a standard price for the snails. Like the live snails, I usually sell at 1,500 Kenya shillings. That's the local market. But the flesh, that is after removing the shell and the intestines and all cleaning the shell, the snail, I sell at 6,800.
Okay.
That is the snail meat, either frozen or smoked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about what challenges you've gone through and what have been your milestones with regards to snail farming.
Talking of the challenges.
Yes.
I've gone through a lot. Yeah, I've seen dust in this business. One thing, I'm the best witch in Nakuru. Me, I'm known like Ule Mchawi. And I'm so happy with that name.
Have they ever tapped your premises?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's actually during COVID. People believed snails has corona. And it happened because I happened to be the first case of corona in Nakuru County, yet I'd come from Nakuru. So I was attacked because people believed that I've contracted this corona thing or COVID from snails. So much happened. I always don't want to talk about it.
Did they destroy your property?
They destroyed.
Okay.
They destroyed completely. But I never gave up because I'm a diehard in whatever I'm doing.
Tell me about other challenges in terms of
But
disease.
I don't blame them. Later I came to understand because the way people took coronavirus, it was in a very funny, a weird way. People didn't understand, and whenever you were positive for COVID, it used to look like a crime, like you committed a crime. So, but later people didn't have the right information about COVID. So it all happened to me being being in that corona thing, but I thank God I'm still there, and I fought it. Now I'm back. I came back with a boom actually.
Okay.
Another challenge is the snail thing not being understood.
Okay.
And not only snail. In Kenya, we know nothing about these weird things like you see people saying, oh, mi siwezi kula cricket, oh, hiyo kitu inarukaruka. Do you eat biscuits? Most biscuits are made of cricket flour. Yeah. Biscuit mingi sana zinatengenezwa na cricket flour. But unasema ukuli. Okay, there are people who have mouth cancer. Kuna watu wengine wanakuanga na mouth cancer, ile unapatanga vidonda kwa mdomo nini. Watu wengi wanakuanga na hizo, they are cancerous somehow. Kuna dawa wanga wanatumia. People say that huwezi ataguza snail. Hiyo product inatengenezwa na the snail slime.
Okay.
Other thing, people wanaenda for surgeries like when you go to CS and something like that. Women who go for CS. That medication ya kuheal that cut inatengenezwa na the snail slime. Okay. But we unaona tu konokono as you know konokono, but you don't know much about it. So I encourage people to learn much about anything. Also when I'm doing like export, I didn't just start by just exporting. Like you can imagine exporting to USA. We Africans, there's a way that we are really not trusted. So you have to find the right procedure. My products, like now the slime, which is in powder form, had to go through FDA. So that they did my analysis, and I was given a go ahead to ship. So I actually had to wait for nearly 4 months before I actually started shipping to USA.
So have you started shipping?
Yeah, I've been shipping to USA, like for almost now 2 years, to almost 2.5 years. I've been doing some shipping in USA, mostly in Chicago and also in Texas. Okay. Yeah.
Where would you see yourself in perhaps the next 5 years, and what will you advise anyone who wants to get into this business?
In 5 years, I see myself owning not only a homemade. Okay, the homemade is really fun, like the products I have here. Taking time to me producing them and all this. But I want to see myself not only owning a big company, but having people to work with, because I want to create employment. So help me God. And I would really want to tell people that whatever you believe in, whatever you feel like it's going to work, as long as it's not illegal, go for it.